There seems to be no end to these tensions between China and the United States. There's already $50 billion worth of tariffs on each of the two economies. Our reporter Weilin Tan checked in with a few academics and industry leaders at the Smart China Expo in Chongqing to get their thoughts.
An additional $16 billion worth of import tariffs kicked in both ways between China and the United States, with seemingly no end in sight, as the latest round of trade talks concluded with little progress. An academic believes these trade tensions will not last long and that the two countries will eventually compromise. Professor Xiong, who is also with a firm that specializes in China-Europe cross-border technology transfer, also thinks China will win the battle because it has more alliances.
UK, like China, and Korea want to work with China. As you can see today, we have so many companies from Korea. Even Japan with China, they want the market. They want to explore the opportunity of collaboration not only in market but also in technology. So US may lose allies if they still keep fighting in the war, in the trade war.
One of the world's biggest smartphone makers, China's Huawei Technologies, expects the broader trade war to impact its market footprint. But the firm believes its development of 5G technology, one of its key focuses for future growth, will remain unharmed.
See, China is a huge market. If you look at the base station numbers in LTE that trigger almost 3 million. I think this is fair enough to feed the vendors like Huawei. I don't think we have a zero market share in United States. So this kind of a trade war, there is some influence, but not so much. Yeah.
Huawei says its self-made chips and core technology, the Kirin processor for handsets and high silicon chips for its base stations, will buffer it against any external supply shocks. China has called for a sense of urgency in boosting its capacity to build core technology for the information and communication industry. The country aims to have smartphones using homemade chips account for 40% of the local market by 2025. Professor Xiong believes China is able to achieve this goal, but notes that it's not critical. He's also of the view that China does not need to master every single technology.
So even UK, France, US do not have every single technology. We can collaborate. If somebody else can do it better at this moment, we can save the money, and we invent something even better, something that does not exist. So we are need of that technology. Then we in exchange, okay? So we respect each other's invention. So in this way, I feel that China can even be more competitive.
The consensus from the ICT industry is clear. Cooperation is the way forward, not tariffs.
Only by international cooperation, the consumers can get, qualified services, good products, and a reasonable price. If you leave tariffs.
Meanwhile, some experts also say that China's continued opening up of its markets is the way forward in what looks like becoming a long drawn-out trade battle. Weilin Tan, CGTN, Chongqing.